graduation. This night has finally arrived, a night the seniors have thought about and talked about for a long time. Think how many times you have said in your life, seniors, when I graduate, oh, the possibilities. Well, those thoughts are now a reality, and graduation night is here. It is no longer when, it is now. As head of school, I'm always proud when graduation night arrives. There are many emotions being felt tonight in this auditorium. Excitement for the 69 seniors who have completed their elementary through high school experience and are now graduating. Joy for all the wonderful memories and all that has been learned. A little sadness knowing one chapter is ending and you're leaving the known. Anxiousness about getting ready to move on to the unknown. And comfort knowing you are prepared and you're confident to take on the future. Students, we are happy for you and very proud of you. You've accomplished so much and you are ready to go. And we are ready to get this wonderful evening of celebration started with an invocation by our chaplain, Lane Barnes. Lane, please come forward.
Let us pray. We pray to the one who has called us each by name. As we hear our own names spoken aloud today and receive diplomas and certificates of accomplishment, let us also hear your voice calling each one present to receive a word of purpose and direction in life. We celebrate finishing a chapter in our own history, that we may continue from this day and this place to create outstanding stories that surround us every day and in all places we may find ourselves. And so, with friends and family who have gathered to encourage and support these graduates, we welcome the presence of our Creator, who has anticipated this moment from the beginning of time. Amen.
Thank you, Lane. Please stand and sing the hymn, O God, our help of ages past. As our little ones take the stage, will the 16 seniors who are forever fountains, those who have been here since pre-kindergarten or kindergarten, please stand. Forever fountains, please stand. Seniors, you may recall this song Our young Falcons are singing the same song that you sang to the graduates when you were their age. the upper school director, who will share some opening remarks with you. Mr. Forrester.
Good evening, welcome and thank you to the class of 2016. I want to brag a little bit about this class. Please note the outstanding matriculation list on the back of the program. Our soon-to-be graduates are heading off to wonderful schools from coast to coast. As a group, 51% of the seniors are going out of state to New York, Washington, D.C., Georgia, California, Illinois, Texas, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Indiana, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. They're attending schools such as Amherst, Columbia, George Washington, Georgia Tech, the University of Chicago, College of Charleston, Emory, NYU, Yale, MIT, West Point, and Savannah College of Art and Design. 49% of our students are staying in Florida, going to schools such as UF, Miami, Rollins, UCF, Stetson, Florida Gulf Coast, Florida State, and USF. The class applied and was accepted at 147 different institutions. 6 will play an NCAA sport in college, including soccer, football, lacrosse, sailing, and riflery. Our admissions and matriculation list again this year is one that has made us proud and happy for our seniors. Our seniors were offered merit-based college scholarships totaling over $4.4 million and an additional $587,000 of Florida Bright Future scholarships, which they truly earned. The class boasts 5 who qualified as National Merit Scholars and 3 Commended Scholars. They also have acquired a total of 11,180 community service hours as a class. What a class of outstanding, achieving, kind, and caring individuals who are truly the leaders of the future. Our students are carrying out the mission of our school. They are prepared for a college or a university compatible with their individual academic ability, interest, and needs. They have a love of learning and an active respect for all members of the school community, and a fundamental sense of integrity. They've become independent thinkers, valuing health, spiritual awareness, and they're becoming responsible global citizens. We are proud of all of them. To your parents, thank you for entrusting us with your children. Many of you believed in what St. Stephen's is all about for many, many years. Some of you have just joined us. But regardless of how long you have been here, we've appreciated your support, and we have truly enjoyed watching your children grow academically, socially, and emotionally while with us. I'd like to recognize the upper school faculty and the faculty from the other 3 divisions who are with us tonight, many of whom have taught these seniors. I'd like to thank them, the college counsellors, and my fellow administrators for their energy, knowledge, and dedication to all they do each day of the school year for the students at St. Stephen's. To all of you, you inspire and teach, guide and direct, but mostly you care about these young people. The relationship and communication you have with your students truly makes a positive difference in their lives. Special thanks to Mr. J.B. Walcott and Mr. Scott Hertrick for their thoughtful remarks to the students and parents these past 2 evenings. I'd also like to recognise the members of the St. Stephen's Board of Trustees who are with us tonight, led by President Mr. Dick Walter. This dedicated group of volunteer leaders believes in and supports the mission of the school and assures that the school stays the strong, independent college preparatory school it is today. Thank you all for your guidance and wisdom. Class of 2016, as you move forward, savour these moments, cherish these memories, and share with us your stories. Please welcome Shreya Patel and Sam Tobio to lead us in the school prayer.
Let's pray. Loving God, gracious Lord, thank you for the life we share at St. Stephen's School. Help us to do our part and make this community a place where we all can become who you created us to be. Empower those who teach and those who learn to be filled by sound learning, new discovery, and the pursuit of wisdom. Open our hearts to your love, that we might feel your presence among us. Guide and strengthen us by your Spirit, that we might love one another as you love us. Freely and fully, accepting nothing in return. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. And now, Dr. Pullen will present this evening's special awards, given out each year of graduation to recognise individual seniors.
Thank you, Mr. Forrester. We will begin with the Founders Award. This award is presented by Mr. Dick Walter, President of the Board of Trustees. The Founders Award is granted to that senior or seniors who best exemplify the spirit of the founders of St. Stephen's, whose energetic, dedicated, and selfless efforts helped chart the course of this school. The recipients of the Founders Award have always given generously of their energy and talent to improve the quality of life at St. Stephen's. This year's winners are Shreya Patel and Joe Klass. The Head of School Award. The Head of School Award is presented to a senior or seniors who exhibit qualities which truly distinguish the person as an outstanding St. Stephen's student. Those qualities include cooperation, good citizenship, and extracurricular participation. Above all, the student should be an enthusiastic and energetic member of the school community. It is my pleasure to announce that the Head of School Award is presented to Zach Romko and Michelle Yan. The Upper School Directors Award, presented by Mr. Andrew Forrester, Upper School Director. The Upper School Directors Award is presented to a senior or seniors who have been consistent and positive contributors to the life of the upper school. The Upper School Directors Award this year is presented to Sam Odell and Newber Mather. Congratulations. The Reverend Harry T. Burke Award, presented by the Reverend Nathan Speckbuer. The Reverend Harry T. Burke was the first Assistant Headmaster of St. Stephen's and Lower School Director. Father Burke retired in 1976 and spent the next 29 years in the Philippines, founding a school and collecting funds to assist needy children. His influence is so profound that many Filipino families have named their sons Harry in his honor. Father Burke passed away in 2011 at the age of 101. He will always hold a very special place in our hearts at St. Stephen's. The Reverend Harry T. Burke Award is given for achievement in the study of religion and service to the worship of the school community. This award is presented to Lane Barnes. The Upper School Spirit Award, presented by Mr. Andrew Forrester, Upper School Director. The Upper School Spirit Award is presented to a senior or seniors who personify the spirit of St. Stephen's in the upper school. It's an award of integrity and spirit. The award is presented to Sophie Burnett, Grace Horn, Devin Sullivan, Kyle Kewen, and Amanda Biota. Alumni Association Award is presented by Mrs. Laurie McFeely, our Director of Alumni Relations. The Alumni Association Award of St. Stephen's is presented annually to a senior or seniors who embody the heart and soul of St. Stephen's. This award this year is presented to Christelle Garvey, Reagan Sullivan, Grace Moore, Sam Tobio, Taylor McCart, Alisa Moore, and Cheyenne Fauvel. I know Mrs. McFeely will be calling on you as you are off to college. Thank you. The St. Stephen's Community Outreach Award is presented by Mr. Andrew Forrester, Upper School Director. The St. Stephen's Community Outreach Award is given to a senior who has connected his or her talents with not only the school community, but the community at large. This year, the St. Stephen's Community Outreach Award is presented to Tiffany Chinwuba. The Trustees Award is presented by Mr. Dick Walter, President of the Board of Trustees. The Trustees Award honors the individual whose integrity, spiritual awareness, responsible citizenship, and active respect for all members of the school community and the community at large, and has made a lasting contribution. This award is presented to Cole Sandin. The Odell Award, presented by Mrs. Chi Klein, Upper School Academic Dean. The Odell Award, given each year in the honor of Dr. Betty Odell, a longtime friend of the school and one who believes passionately in academic excellence. Dr. Betty passed away about a year and a half ago, and after a lifetime of dedication to St. Stephen's. The Odell Award honors the senior with the highest cumulative weighted grade point average in 4 full years of St. Stephen's. Tonight, this award is presented to Eric Ming. Many other seniors have recently received awards. The following students were presented awards at Upper School Closing, the Sports Award Night, the Upper School Awards Chapel. Please stand, seniors, when I call your name. Our Outstanding Athlete of the Year Award. The award was presented to Katie Siegel and Jacob Westbury. The Andy Stoll Scholar Athlete Award was presented to Lindsay Luskinen and Nick Runby. The John Neal Overall Coaches Award was presented to Samantha Burgess and Bobby Harrison. The Howard Cup, which is named for former headmaster Don M. Howard, is presented to the senior who, by the vote of the Faculty Student Committee, has delivered the most outstanding chapel speech of the year. The award this year was presented to Jacob Westbury. As mentioned, we have 5 students in the class of 2016 who are finalists in the National Merit Competition. Joe Glass, Zach Romko, Hannah Sage, Sabrina Priestley, and Michelle Yan. Our two commended scholars, Cheyenne Bovell, Cooper Mather, and Nicholas Runby. The Cum Laude Society recognizes superior academic achievement while simultaneously striving to encourage qualities of excellence, justice, and honor. There are only 380 schools nationwide who have been approved to have chapters of Cum Laude, and St. Stephen's is proud to have been a part of the Cum Laude Society since 1996. Student members of Cum Laude have clearly demonstrated academic excellence, good character, honor, and integrity. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Joe Class, Matthew Israel, Cooper Mather, Hannah Sage, Amanda Viota, Michelle Yan, Jim Lynn, Andrea Herrick, Cheyenne Bovell, Josh Willard, Zach Ronco, Ethan Leuchter, and Shreya Patel. The Visual Arts Conservatory celebratory distinction. This is a distinction for graduation that is earned by students who have completed a demanding level of visual art courses, along with workshops associated with those courses. The recipients who have earned this distinction for the class of 2016 are Shin Wong, Josh Willard, Amanda Valiz, Haley Billick, and Jim Lin. The Ocean Academy recognizes students who have committed themselves to a 3-year course of study in marine science at St. Stephen's. These students have completed all requirements, including a research project that is published with the scientific community. A special pin was awarded to acknowledge these students' commitment to ocean literacy. Members of the very first graduating class, to include Ocean Academy scholars, please stand and be recognized. Lane Barnes, Samantha Burgess, Bobby Harrison, Matthew Israel, J.T. Lund, Devin Sullivan, and Jacob Westford. This year, we had 2 students fulfilling the requirements of the first ever senior capstone program at St. Stephen's. This prestigious undertaking requires students to apply to the program, present their ideas to school administrators, acquire on-campus mentors at St. Stephen's and off-campus mentors at the university level, and follow their intellectual passions with focus and dedication. Ethan Leuchter delved into the Punic Wars for his senior project, and Zach Bronco innovated the area of computer science. The time and effort involved was incredible for each of these extraordinary projects. Ethan and Zach, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations to those seniors mentioned tonight, and congratulations to all of our seniors who had other achievements and recognitions throughout the 2015-16 school year, in school and out. They are a remarkable group. Let's have a round of applause for the class. Our program tonight, and now it is my pleasure to introduce our 3 senior speakers. These 3 represent the spirit of the class of 2016, and they will speak about the past, the present, and the future. Matthew Israel, Abel Duncan, Nick Grundy, please come forward.
Welcome to the class of 2016, families, friends, faculty, administrators, and to our board of directors. I was a little surprised and anxious to be asked to speak to you tonight. After all, what do you say to the greatest graduating class of all time? A bit cliche perhaps, but it does have a certain self-indulgent truth to it, doesn't it? I've been asked to reflect upon the past, much like the ghost that visits Ebenezer Scrooge in the Christmas Carol. But honestly, I have 2 minutes, and it's June, so consider this a bit of creative navigation. The past is a vague and broad term that represents all points in time from the beginning of the universe to the instant right before I finish the sentence. Our past, however, are those myriad of moments we have shared together will forever unite our extraordinary class. I joined St. Stephen's cohort in 3rd grade and still remember my first months highlighted by fervent games and kickball and the beginning of lifelong friendships. 4th grade was punctuated by Mr. Anderson blaring Survivor's Eye of the Tiger as we all got hyped to demonstrate our vast multiplication knowledge with his infamous 50 facts challenge. During 5th and 6th grade, many of us expanded our interests in band, sports, theater, and tried our very best to make those intermediate school uniforms look cool. As we continue our journey through the past, I'm sure you won't mind if I sing over the middle school years. I think those were some very strange times. Right, Mrs. Price? A complex amalgamation of introductions to school dances, a trip to Boston, and our first opportunities to represent St. Stephen's in academic and sporting competitions. Fortunately, though, we moved on to the upper school, leaving the specters of our adolescence behind. Our class truly began to mold and solidify during the last 4 years. New faces quickly became best friends. New subject matter sparked intellectual passions among the student body. From spirit weeks to Mrs. O'Neill's 9th grade geometry classes, packed student sections at sporting events to inspirational senior speeches, and from gym days to prom nights, this class has truly become a singular family. I'm elated to tell you that our past, for just a brief moment in time, culminated for all of us graduates 2 weeks ago at our senior retreat. It didn't matter whether you had been at St. Stephen's for 1 year, or one of the 16 Forever Falcons that have been here since the beginning. We each reflected on our time together. We sat there, transformed into a united forum, and shared the highs, the lows, our victories and defeats, those opportunities seized and those that have slipped away. We laughed together, reminisced together, and shed tears together as the inevitability of this day drew ever closer. I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for making an impact upon my life and the lives of those seated around you. I'm so blessed and humbled to have been a part of this class and to have shared with you our past, the past of the class of 2016. And now may our past rest and yield to the present. Thank you.
Good evening. You know, even after years of getting up in front of complete strangers in a courtroom, delivering opening statement after opening statement for mock trial, or better yet, getting up in front of the entire upper school to deliver a speech as I took on the role of part of the arena, I still have butterflies in my stomach as I stand here on stage speaking to you all. No matter how many skills I've learned from Miss Murphy, in the realm of public speaking, subduing nerves just simply cannot be taught by even the best of teachers. I feel so honored, nonetheless, to have been asked to speak at such an important event. Honestly, the only downside to speaking tonight is the fact that I have only 2 short minutes to talk about a class that I could easily spend hours talking about. In present time, parents, teachers, administrators, and the board of directors are all here to watch the individuals of the class of 2016 receive their diplomas. In doing so, we inevitably reminisce on the past and imagine the future. How could we not? The past and all that it entails is what has brought us to this moment. And this moment is our stepping stone to the future. The class of 2016, as Matthew just explained, has an adventurous past that has truly molded all of us. This class, as Nick will be talking about next, indubitably has a future, and a bright one at that. This class also has a present that is indicative of the ending of one major chapter of our lives and the beginning of another. This is the moment that we, as a class, have all striven for. This is the moment that we, as freshmen, thought was so far away from us. This is the moment that we, as sophomores, were wondering, what in the world is taking so long? This is the moment that we, as juniors, perhaps even contemplated giving up on, because stress levels were skyrocketing. And this is the moment that we, as seniors, wish wasn't happening just yet. But it is, and that's the gravity of this moment. At any stage, we've all known that this moment was coming sooner or later. And now it's finally here. And before we know it, this moment is going to become our past, a memory. So let's appreciate this moment while we're still in it. Let's take it all in to appreciate the things that we've not only learned in the classrooms, but also in the hallways, the fields, the dances, the cookie breaks, the things that we have taught each other about life. This moment will leave us soon, but those lessons never will. I sincerely thank the class of 2016 and the teachers, administrators, parents, coaches, and friends that have been with us every step of the way. privileged to have spent 6 years of my life with each and every one of you. I believe I speak on behalf of the entire class of 2016 when I say that we are truly grateful for the challenges that we face as St. Stephen's students and all that we've learned from them. Personally, I know that without them, I would not be the person that I am today. What an amazing moment this is for all of us. I cannot wait to see the amazing things that all of these people go on to do. I know big things are ahead. Congratulations, class of 2016. You did it.
When I was told that I get to give a speech about the future, the first thought that went through my mind was, oh great, I only have to cover everything that happens from now until the end of time. They probably envisioned me giving some touching speech about all the great things the class of 2016 can go on to accomplish. But instead, I'm going to harness the true power of my inner psychic and attempt to predict the future using no facts or evidence. I will do so using this magic graduation cap. So let's get started. By the time we are all 30 years old, Annie Bride will be worth $1 billion. In other words, 68 of us still won't have made back their St. Stephen's tuition. After graduating college, Christelle Garvey will be appalled by the fact that the real world doesn't give report cards. In order to fill this void, Christelle will give herself letter grades on day-to-day activities, such as brushing teeth, driving to work, and socializing with coworkers that secretly annoy her. In the year 2036, the first year all of us will be eligible to run for president, Ali Samore will lose the election by a narrow margin, meaning that Donald Trump will in fact be reelected to a 6th term. In the year 2065, Ethan Leutner, Reagan Sullivan, and Joe Class will make history by inventing the world's first fully electric, self-flying car. The timeless Mr. Whelan will teach his AP World History class about this moment for decades to come. On March 5th, 2034, Zach Gromko will eat a sandwich. After graduating college, Sam Odell will be hired by St. Stephen's as an assistant athletic director. He will spend most of his time teaching Mr. Paletti how to properly pronounce names. Okay, I have a confession to make. I'm not a fortune teller. Most likely these things will not come true. Well, except maybe the one about the sandwich. Make it happen, Zach. The truth is, no one can determine your future except for you. So, to the class of 2016, go out there and give the world all you got. I can't wait to see what all of you can accomplish. I'll leave you with one more prediction. Samantha Burgess will become wildly successful and let Nick Grundy sleep on the couch in her mansion for the rest of my life. Thanks, Sam. And thank you, class of 2016. You are truly my best friends.
Well done. Lots to think about, right? So now this is time for the presentation of the senior class gifts. senior class has done an outstanding job to work together to achieve so much. Each year, the class presents a gift to the school. Please welcome the senior class officers to the podium.
And this year I served as the senior class president. This is Reagan Sullivan, the vice president. This is Del Garvey, the secretary, and all those more, our senior class treasurer. The senior gift is a long-standing tradition that we hold here at St. Stephen's. It's a chance for the senior class to give back to our community and thank the school that has provided us with so much. A collaborative environment, passionate teachers and administrators, and peers who push one another to be the best students that they can be. This gift is our opportunity to show our appreciation of our school. But what do you give the school that has given you everything? We thought long and hard throughout the year, but ultimately, we agreed that the best place to make our mark was upon the marine sciences, because the marine biology curriculum and its instructors has had one of the greatest impacts on our class as a whole. As you all know, we are fortunate to have opened the doors to our brand new Marine Science Center this year. The Ocean Academy program is just beginning to thrive, our senior class being the first to have students graduating from it. We are lucky to have this facility at our disposal. The item that our senior class will be donating to this project is a new holding tank for marine life. Students will be able to go out into the McLewis Bayou, collect specimens, and temporarily hold them in this tank for analysis and research. Throughout our 4 years in high school, we have been raising money with fundraisers and the dances that we planned, accumulating funds for this project. Now, while we couldn't exactly bring in the holding tank to show you all for logistical reasons, we are proud to say that the holding tank will be in place for the 2016-2017 school year. This gift is how we have chosen to make our mark on St. Stephen's. Thank you.
Thank you very much, senior class. We will have a plaque with your name on that and be very proud each time we look at it. It is now time to sing the school's alma mater. Please stand and sing. Most teachers remember Nicholas as a conscientious, polite young man who truly enjoyed school. While in the upper school, he was involved in Key Club, Habitat for Humanity, and Model UN. Attending Emory for his undergrad, he majored in neuroscience and behavioral biology and graduated in 2010. He then attended medical school at Temple University in Philadelphia, PA, where he was a dual degree student with MD and MBA majors and graduated in 2015. While in medical school, he was a member of student government and led a group of medical students, nurses, and doctors in a medical relief trip to Honduras, where the group raised over $40,000, which allowed them to provide care for over 600 patients in 3 days. He is currently completing his preliminary year in internal medicine at the nation's first hospital, Pennsylvania Hospital, part of the University of Pennsylvania Health System, and he will be starting residency training in dermatology in July. In addition to all of his studies, he is the first author on 3 articles published in top dermatological medical journals and is co-author on an additional 5 articles. His research interests lie in complex medical dermatology. When he's not working in the hospital or writing for medical journals, he can be found working out at CrossFit gyms, taking spinning classes, or enjoying a great book. Please help me give a warm St. Stephen's welcome to Dr. Nicholas Milanazar.
Dr. Pullen, St. Stephen's Board of Trustees, faculty, family, friends, the class of 2016, good evening. I'm honored to have the opportunity to share this momentous day with you all. When Dr. Pullen first asked me to give this commencement speech, I was thrilled, excited, and intensely humbled. As the day of the ceremony drew closer, all of those emotions quickly descended into just one: anxiety. What words of wisdom could I possibly have to offer? It's not like I've struck it big on my own. For 9 out of the past 10 years, I've been a student, first in undergrad, then in medical school. In fact, this June marks the end of the first year since graduating from St. Stephen's where I didn't have to pay any tuition, and I actually got a salary. And as some of you might know, doctors in residency training don't make a lot of money. My mom and dad are sitting right there nodding their heads very vigorously, yes. In hopes of coming up with something I could talk to you all about, I thought back to my own graduation ceremony. For the life of me, though, I couldn't remember a single thing. I know it happened, mainly because Lori McFeely emails me from the Alumni Relations Office, continually reminding me that I graduated. The fact that I could not remember the events, though, of my own graduation got me thinking about how strange graduations are. By definition, graduations are surreal and anticlimactic. You've spent countless hours in and out of the classroom, all to arrive at this very moment. It's only natural to assume that the graduation itself will be transformative, that once these ceremonies have concluded, we in hand will emerge as a different, better, more mature person, a person fully equipped into the adult world. The reality, however, is that graduations are not transformative in and of themselves. You are today the same person that you will be tomorrow. And I think that brings to bear an important subtlety. Lives are not lived by a series of singular moments. How and what you choose to spend your time on a daily basis matters. You could have chosen to ignore your homework, skip classes, and spend your days on the beach, but you didn't. Instead, you found a balance between studying, working, family, and friends. And because of that decision, you've had to be miraculous crowning what you've accomplished. Moving forward, the decisions you make and the habits you form will have exponentially greater effects on the lives you lead. Some of the decisions you're forced to make will be easy, and others less so. So I can't teach you how to strike it rich quickly or how to become famous or powerful. What I can do, however, is try to impart you a few life lessons I've learned over the past decade. Lesson number 1 is search for things you're passionate about. I'm not going to tell you to follow your passion. Telling you to follow your passion necessarily implies that your passion is some pre-existing, fully formed entity, and it's out there waiting for you to find it. If you go passively through life waiting for passion to find you, that day may never come. Passion is not something that is found, it's something that is fostered. In order to find your passion, you have to actively try many things, and you have to give those things some time. And perhaps most importantly, you have to quit enough things early on so that you can focus on the things that you're passionate about. Stated another way then, the first lesson is that passion is not love at first sight. It requires active exploration, a tincture of time, and deliberate practice, which is practice that utilizes feedback to focus on specific techniques to lead to real improvement. You can't just do the same thing over and over again and expect to one day become great. You have to practice with intention. And equally important, you have to learn how to take feedback from others to improve your overall performance. To become great at something, regardless of how passionate you are about it, still requires practice, and a lot of it. Thanks to the research of eminent psychologist Anders Ericsson, we now know that to become an expert in anything requires an average of 10,000 hours. That's a lot of practice, which conveniently brings me to lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 is becoming great at something is hard, regardless of how passionate you are. Best way to explain lesson number 2 is through a story. Rowdy Gaines, the 1984 gold medalist in the 100-meter freestyle, estimated that in the years of the Olympics, he swam roughly 20,000 miles. Stated another way, in the process of training for the gold medal, he swam a distance equal to swimming around the world. When asked if he loved practice, Rowdy said, "Are you asking me if I love getting up at 4 in the morning, jumping into a cold pool, and swimming laps, looking at a black line on the bottom at the very edge of my physical ability, where my lungs are screaming for oxygen and my arms feel like they're about to fall off?" Because the answer is no, I don't. But I love the whole thing. You know, I have a passion for the whole sport. Mastering something you love comes at a cost, and the bill is paid for with the most valuable of all currencies, time. My passion for medicine in undergrad didn't make staying in on a Saturday night before an orgo test any less painful. It took perseverance and dedication, and in my opinion, it took more stamina than running 20,000 miles. So far, we've talked a lot about the importance of hard work. I think now is an appropriate time to tell you that working hard doesn't guarantee you success, which brings me to lesson number 3. Lesson number 3 is expect to fail. There will be times when, regardless of how much or how hard you work, you will still fail, and that's okay. What is important is that when you fail, use the experience as a teaching moment. Don't allow yourself to ruminate on the fact that you failed. Instead, focus on why you failed. Every failure you encounter should be a learning opportunity. Edison failed 10,000 times before he created the light bulb. It took Dyson 5,126 attempts to create the Magnus vacuum. Some might say that Edison and Dyson succeeded in spite of their failures, and they would be wrong. Edison and Dyson succeeded because of their failures. An important caveat to lesson number 3 is just because you fail doesn't mean you won't eventually succeed. That's an important but subtle difference, because you will encounter myriad people who say otherwise, and that brings us to lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 is, you will encounter people who will tell you that you can't succeed. Don't let them. Einstein once said, "Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds." As you embark on the next chapters of the stories of your lives, you will quickly appreciate and long for this wonderful, nurturing environment that St. Stephen's has so diligently cultivated for you. Out there in the real world, you'll encounter on a daily basis people who tell you no. They will tell you that it's not possible to be pre-med and study abroad, that you can't, they'll say no to your business idea, no to your hope of going to medical school, that you can't possibly raise enough money for that medical relief trip, and that you can't get an MD and an MBA in 4 years. I know this because people told me no to all of those things, and yet I stand here before you having done them all. I started that business, I studied abroad, I got into medical school, I raised in excess of the funds needed, and I got my MD and MBA. And I tell you all this not to glorify what I've done, but on the contrary, I'm telling you so that you know that at no point was it easy for me. My pre-med advisor in undergrad told me there was no chance that I would ever get into medical school because my MCAT score wasn't high enough. It wasn't easy, but I proved him wrong. I did a 1-year advanced post-bac program at Temple, and the next year I matriculated into medical school. My advisor looked at my failure of not doing well in the MCAT as an admission of defeat. I saw the failure as a challenge to do better, and that's what I did. I'm telling you all of this because I want to challenge you all here and now not to let mediocre minds influence or intimidate you. History is replete with naysayers. People fought against the Emancipation Proclamation, the Civil Rights Act, and the legalization of same-sex marriage, and those who oppose are forever remembered for being on the wrong side of history. The daily injustices that you can expect to encounter will undoubtedly pale in comparison, yet they will have meaning to you and your loved ones. So you have to be first and foremost your own champion. In the words of our President Barack Obama, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. In other words, in order to get what you want, where you want to go in life, you can't sit around waiting for permission from others. You must be the change that you believe in. Importantly, the things you want from life will change, and that's okay, because there are many iterations of yourself, which brings us to lesson number 5. There's only 6, don't worry. Lesson number 5 is, there is no one version of you. The Western emphasis on self-discovery and self-acceptance implies that there is only one version of you to find. Human beings are messy, multidimensional creatures, a jumble of conflicting emotions and capabilities, all coexisting together in an ever-changing world. It's only natural that there will be various iterations of you along the way. I'm not the same person I was 10, 5, or even 2 years ago, and that's okay. The thought that we are always in a state of flux is disturbing to most, and rightfully so. If there is no true self, and you are always changing, then how could anyone ever decide on a single career path? And the answer is simple: don't. Now, to be clear, I'm not advocating for you to go through life without making decisions. Parents, breathe a sigh of relief. What I am encouraging you to do, however, is to focus on setting trajectories in motion. You can go to undergrad with the intention of going to medical school. But if along the way you take an elective in entrepreneurship, and that leads to a summer internship, which leads to a job offer, that's okay. My medical school class consisted of people from all walks of life. There were engineers from MIT who had been in the industry for a decade, finance people from Wall Street, architects, lawyers, and even a divorcee in her 40s. The point being, there is no way you can predict who or what you'll be 2 decades from now, so don't try to. The one constant that you can perhaps always depend on, however, is family, which brings us conveniently to our final lesson. Lesson number 6 is, we can never call home too much. Just to be clear, I'm using home as a euphemism here for calling your mother. Lesson number 6 is really call your mom. One of the darkest points in my life occurred as a medical student on my 2-month surgical rotation. I had to be at the hospital at 4:30 in the morning, and I wasn't dismissed until after 7 in the evening. If anyone in the audience is a surgeon, I apologize in advance, but surgeons are terrible. Every day during those 2 months, I called my mom on my way home and recounted the day's events, usually slightly hysterical. Every day, my mom diligently listened to my rants, and every time at the end of our conversation, my mom would say the same thing. You're not meant to be a surgeon, sweetie. You're meant to be a dermatologist. Turns out she was right. You're all here today because you have parents who deeply care about you and want you to do and be your very best. Sometimes when you're out there in the real world and things get tough, it becomes second nature to assume you're alone. Always remember, your family and friends are there for you. No man is an island, only as one united name can truly be the best versions of ourselves. While we're on the topic of family, let's take a moment to thank and celebrate all of the family members here tonight. This is really your night as well. At some point, graduates, if you haven't already, take a moment to look your family members in the eye and thank them. They all worked just as hard for this moment, if not more. And I'd like to conclude by taking a moment to thank some of the unsung heroes of tonight, and that's the St. Stephen's faculty. Looking in the audience, I see many new faces, but also many familiar faces. I see Miss Murphy with her expertly coiffed hair. I see Mr. Moran. I see Miss Shields, Mr. Moore, Mr. Jones. And everything I have and will accomplish in life, I owe in part to the amazing faculty here at St. Stephen's. So on that note, I'd like to thank you all one last time for this great honor, and here's to the class of 2016.
Those are very inspiring words and great lessons. And now is the time we've all been waiting for. It's time for awarding of the diplomas. Mrs. Chi Klein, the Upper School Academic Dean, will read the names. Mrs. Klein.
Christina Maria Esposito. Elizabeth Burgess. Joseph Leo Class. Antonio Vicente Palachi. Brooke Duncan. Jeanette Fauvel de Cromwell. John Foster. Julian Michael Frage. Domino. Zachary Joseph Ramko. Bobby G. Harrison. Andrew Francis Herod. Grace Francis Horn. Shin Hwang. Natalie Mackenzie Israel. Kyle Bailey Kewen. Melissa Suzette Layla Kalala. Nicole Leslie. Ethan Ross Glickter. Taylor Shea McCarthy. Eric Heywan Meng. Cynthia Grace Moore. Christopher Thomas Morrish. Samuel Austin Odell. Shreya Patel. Sabrina Justine Marie Priestley. Isadora Mori Rosso. Nicholas Thompson Lundy. Anna Elizabeth Sage. Alvin Adnan Samor. Richard Cole Sandon. June Alexander Cedillo. Ross Siegel. Dorian Stump. Devin Preston Sullivan. William Maria Sullivan. Samuel Joseph Tobio. Claudia Veronica Isabella. Amanda Sophia Feliz Moraga. Andrew Prescott Vine. Amanda Isabel Vieira. Ryan Alexander Lloyd Wade. Jacob Michael Westbury. Joseph Campbell Willard. Justin Wyman. Michelle Yan. Ho-Wan Chen.
Thank you, Mrs. Klein. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2016. God of our fathers. The words are in your program.
Seated for the benediction. Graduates, class of 2016, St. Stephen's Episcopal School, remember in this life to do all the good you can, by all the means that you can, in all the ways that you can, in all the places you can, at all the times can, to all the people you can, as long as you can. And may the blessing of God be upon you and remain with you now and always.
This has been a beautiful evening. Thank you for sharing it with us.